Hello, I'm just going to show you how to customize your course navigation and make a few suggestions for which links to pick. So in your OSE Sandbox, you'll notice here on the left-hand side that many of these areas are available to students, and one way you tell is if the links are in a black font color, those are the ones available to students, and then these down here in gray are not. And so a raw Canvas course shell generally has them all available, which you don't want. The shells you get to teach your courses with, however, we have whittled down for you, but you can still customize them. So that's what I'll show you. So if you go here to Course Settings, and then you'll click on this Navigation tab. When you first come in here, you'll see Course Details, so you want to come over and select Navigation. And anything above this line here in the middle, see there's something that says drag items here to hide them from students. Anything above the line, students can access. Anything below the line, they can't. So you'll just take items you don't want them to directly access and drag them down to the bottom. So I'm selecting files because typically you will present files to students in modules or say link to a file from a page in Canvas. So you don't necessarily need them going to the files directory, although you might have reasons for doing that, and you could. But in most courses, I don't see that. Pages as well, you're going to present pages to students in the order that you want them to access them in a module. If you send them straight to the pages list, they'll just see everything in alphabetical order. So we typically hide that. Quizzes, again, if you're including them in modules, you don't really need a direct link to the quizzes index. Assignments, same thing. Although again, there are some reasons why you might for particular courses, but not generally. Discussions is a toss-up, so I would say include them in your modules, but you could also have this link to discussions so that students can go back rather than having, let's say if you want them to post 2 or 3 times, it will be easier for them to go directly to this discussions index to repost or to continue posting rather than going back to your modules area and having to scroll and go find that discussion again. So there's an argument for including that, so you have to decide on that one. I'm just going to drag it down here for the moment. And collaborations is a good one. I'm not going to go into that now, but for the moment, I'm not going to include it. So now I have these 5 links that I've asked you to include in your sandbox for our exercise. And so now we have these 5. Don't forget, however, to click the Save button at the bottom of this page. It's hiding down here, so scroll all the way to the bottom and click Save. Otherwise, you lose your changes. Okay, so you'll see with mine here now, these 5 links are black. However, if you have not posted an announcement, so let's say I get rid of this one here, and if you have no modules published, so let me unpublish my module, now you'll notice over here that announcements and modules are grayed out and not accessible to your students yet. And the way you can double check this is to go to Student View, and you have a button here on the home page. And you'll see they can only access home, syllabus, and grades at this point. So let's leave Student View. That's the button in the lower right. And once I publish a module, that is what makes that link available to students. So let's go back home, and you'll see now modules will be available to students. Thanks for watching.